Hello. Where am I? I'm back in Idaho. Well, I've been in Idaho, but I went here and there. Anyway, southern Idaho. Short little thing. There's so much since the first of the year, world events, political events. I'm going to do short videos on all this, and I'll do some long, like I usually do, longer explanations. But all this things that I'm talking about now, I've talked about people like myself for years. We were called names, but now it's all coming into fruition. Things are happening. It's funny how we've been right about almost everything for the last 6 years, but that's another story at another time. Why? Tina Peters. I want you to remember that name. That probably sounds familiar, but she helped out. She's in jail now. She's a 70-year-old woman, a Gold Star woman who lost a son fighting for the United States. Railroaded by the powers that be in Colorado for election interference and other sort of things, trumped up charges, basically. She was the clerk of one of the election counties, and she saw fraud, and she reported it, and she was demonized. They made a big case out of her because they wanted to make an example to shut other people up, they being the bad guys. Trump has pardoned her, but he can't do anything because it's a state issue and it's up to the governor of Colorado, who's getting a lot of heat now. And she's also sick in prison, and she spent a lot of her time in solitary confinement. It's a travesty is what's going on, and people will see this. There's still people I know that are saying, harumph, she deserved everything she got. I mean, murderers get off for less. And we'll see how this plays out. But she's a keystone in all the events that are starting to fall apart and starting to come up in our purview now. Georgia, Raffensperger, and the governor of Georgia, has admitted to fraud in their elections, finding, where was it here? I'm reading off of some things. Georgia admits they illegally certified 315,000 ballots in the 2020 election, landing Biden a win by 11,779 votes. They admitted to it. People like us and officials have been talking about this for years, since the election of 2020, called conspiracy theorists, and we don't know what we're talking about. It's all coming to the forefront. Arizona, Maricopa County, keep an eye on that. Ooh, that's also gurgling right now. There's all sorts of things coming up. But election interference, which has happened longer than most of us would like to believe, decades and decades and decades, manipulated elections, mail-in ballots, all this stuff, it's been one big scam, leading to places like Venezuela, other outside entities, countries outside of the United States. And you know what that is? If people are found out that countries are involved in our elections illegally, it's an act of war. It's in our Constitution. The other thing is, if outside influencers, such as from other countries, infecting and living in the United States here, or people living in the United States, citizens that are working with foreign entities, that's treason and sedition. Very, very serious crimes. It's all coming out. Watch the Supreme Court when it comes down to this. Watch the evidence start to come out, because there's so much going on so many levels. It's hard for even people like me who kind of do this full time in a lot of ways, and behind the scenes stuff that I never talk about. It's hard to keep track of everything that's going on. It's all good, and we, the people, will be the winners in the end. So we're going to secure the elections. Accountability is coming, arrests are coming, and remember these words too: military is the only way. That has to do with a lot of other things. So, Tina Peters, I'll say that name one more time. Keep her in mind. Watch her being the linchpin for this whole house of cards as it's starting to collapse now. It's going to be a very, very interesting year. And again, in the long term, it's going to benefit all of us, the people. Many just don't see it yet. But people like me are going to be here to guide you along if you're interested. Talk to you soon.